There is a vast variety of characters in Starfield, all with their own personalities, from the zany to the outright psychotic. And as you take your adventure through the Milky Way and beyond, you will inevitably bump into some people that are truly despicable. This is All Out Gamer, I'm Echo, and here are 5 jerks in Starfield who did the worst things imaginable.
We're literally best friends after all.
At number 5, we have the man that puts company profits above people's lives, Ron Hope. When his company, Hope Tech, was falling woefully behind the competition, Ron decided to develop a fertilizer. The only problem presented by this was that the fertilizer they developed made all of the crops die. But actually, further research revealed that the soil that the fertilizer was used on was infinitely more rich in minerals. And realizing the potential of this new product they'd developed, Ron Hope started his dastardly schemes. Rather than pulling the product off the market and saving all of the crops that would potentially die, he instead pushed forward with the plan. He provided the fertilizer to poor families that he knew he'd be able to exploit, and then hired mercenaries to force them off their land. Going a step further with this, if you do enough quests in Aquila City, you'll realise that there's currently a food shortage. This means that Ron, a seemingly upstanding member of the council, is actually costing people not only their livelihoods, but also potentially many lives. When confronted with the evidence of this, his friendly facade falls and he turns nasty. He shows absolutely no remorse and instead offers you a bribe. Corrupt to the very end. At number 4, we have another CEO performing illegal experiments to get ahead of the competition. Lucas Draxler is the bigwig of Infinity Ltd. As the main competitor of Ryujin Industries, Draxler has used considerable resources in trying to acquire the plans for the NeuroAmp. Using corporate espionage and double agents in Ryujin Industries, Draxler got his hands on these plans and started to use them on the general public. In order to get ahead of his rival, he decided to use the doctors at the clinic to start trials. The main problem with this is that the plans were not yet final and were not in testing phases yet at Ryujin. As a direct result of this, all of his test subjects ended up dead, brain dead, or in a coma. The illegal clinical trials that have been performed on the patients at the clinic would eventually come to light through your actions. And just to drive home just how unimaginably evil these actions were, even the employees at Ryujin were disgusted. And these people have hardly got clean hands themselves, so that's saying something. But luckily, due to your hard work with Ryujin Industries, Draxler has finally been found out and can now be held accountable for his actions. Ruining so many lives for nothing more than ambition clearly makes Lucas a real piece of... So moving on to number 3, we have a very familiar face, or helmet should I say, the Hunter. A constant threat for you and your allies as you proceed through your quests, the Hunter is a cautionary tale for all players seeking the Unity. After so many trips into new universes, the Hunter has become bored and almost jaded with what he's seen. What is clear in the numerous conversations you have with the Hunter is that this is a merciless killing machine. Seeing Constellation and its members as merely an obstacle and a means to an end, he has attacked them relentlessly through countless universes. During your adventures, he has the potential to attack the Lodge and also kill your most loved companions. And we have seen through the alternate universes that he has also killed you countless times as well. An indiscriminate killing machine, the Hunter is surely one of the galaxy's greatest threats. The only thing that holds him back from the top of our list is the fact that he calms down a little when he becomes interested with how divergent your character is. At number 2, we have the man that would sacrifice an entire city to keep a secret, Victus. In charge of the forces of Londinion, Francois Sanon found out that the plant life on the planet was making terramorphs evolve unfathomably quickly. Immediately recognizing the potential of this as a use of a weapon of mass destruction, Francois Sanon destroyed the spaceport of Londinium. This was done not so the enemy wouldn't find out about the secret, but so that he would be the sole survivor with this knowledge. He never passed on this information to the government or even the president, and instead orchestrated a number of attacks throughout the colonies using the plant life and the heat leeches. Together with his friend Orlace, he set up the attacks on Tau Ceti and in New Atlantis. Victus is an example of a man that not only directly took lives, but also indirectly took thousands. Had he told people about his discovery straight away, the research to defeat the Terramorphs may have taken place sooner, potentially saving countless lives across the settled systems. At number 1, we have the man responsible for your entire adventure, Victor Iser. This ruthless scientist was in charge of the grav drive research at NASA. As you proceed through the NASA facility, you will find various pieces of research notes scattered throughout on audio logs as well as on the computers. It becomes clear early on that his colleagues were extremely suspicious of the insane mathematical equations that he's been coming up with seemingly out of thin air. It eventually becomes obvious that Victor has touched one of the artifacts and is familiar with the Unity. Now blessed with the knowledge of the cosmos, Victor advances Earth's technology 1,000-fold. With the threat of Earth soon becoming uninhabitable, he convinces his team to develop the grav drive. However, as the research progresses, it soon becomes clear that the grav drives themselves are the cause of Earth becoming uninhabitable. And what's worse, Victor was aware all along that this was the case. And so, Victor's desire to explore the galaxy costs humanity its home. And the blood of every man, woman and child that couldn't board a colony ship is on his hands. And that's it, my friends. That's our list. Can you think of any more real jerks in Starfield? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video, and good luck in Starfield.